Hello, everybody, and welcome back to M&J Games. I am Michael, and it's not Christmas time anymore, but this is a really beautiful and creative park created by Lyric. It's called Christmas Mountain, and the username that Lyric uses, which is EST Lyric 420, and so make sure to go look this up on the workshop in the link below. But as you can see, it's called Christmas Mountain, and there's a wooden coaster built up on the mountain, which is really just a cool concept and idea. And one thing I will say, and Lyric let me know about this before, is he used the cheat to get over 100% in this park, and I believe it's on the PS5. And this was his first time using that exploit, and he didn't realize that when you use the exploit, you can't go back and edit the coasters at all. Um, just because you can't edit anything once you get to 100%, right? Other than advanced moving groups. Like you can't even advance move an individual piece. You got to move it as a group. And so the coasters aren't smoothed out. So keep that in mind. He wished he could have gone back and smoothed out the coasters. So just look at it more from the standpoint of layout and so forth and all that. But right away, I mean, just you walk in and you see that wooden coaster up on the hill. Like that is majestic. Like that just looks awesome. And nice little entrance, or I say little, it's kind of a massive entrance. Ski resort, Santa's Village, Gingerbread Lane, and Toy Factory. The only thing I would say in here that I'd probably do is create a ceiling. So sign font created by MavsFam4, who does just amazing work with signs. That's probably the only thing, just because I'm one where I don't like to see kind of the top faces of this, or that's not the word, but you know what I mean. Um, that's really cool sign. I mean, it's right as you walk in, Christmas Mountain, and you've got that wooden coaster in the background that's lit up. Just looks amazing. So we normally go left, but let's go right this time. Let's live life on the edge. I have no idea where I'm going. Okay, this is probably staff room. Yep. And just one other thing too is if it's elevated off the ground, I'd put some kind of railing on it. Like you could just use the normal railings to come with the path, or use custom railings. And for those of you that don't know or haven't seen, Lyric he joined me on a park tour of the Vegas park, created by Anakin83, I believe is the name, and I'll put the link of that in the description below as well. And he'll be doing some more tours with me from time to time. So, those of you who are part of the Planet Coaster Discord and stuff probably have seen some of his work. But this is a really, really good job, and really spaced out the park. And this toy factory, like, looking at this wall here, I know it's probably just recoloring it a couple times and then copying, but like that's just so tedious to get all those different colors. And you got the tree out here. I mean, I really like this. This is cool. Really, really like it. So, gift wrapping station. Awesome. So is that what, yeah, so it's called gift wrapper. Is this one supposed to spin? We'll ride on track. Track view. Yeah, I mean, just all these different colored walls, like, and then the roof. I mean, that's intense. I gotta see what he did there on the roof after this. Yeah, these rides are just awful in real life. I mean, then again, it's been like 15 years since I've been on one. There we go. That's a pretty intense ride for this coaster type. What is that? Oh, that's the Quinn Dynasty roof. Okay. That is cool. So I was wondering what roof kind of made those pieces. Yeah, that's really, really cool. Um, I feel like that area right there, those two kind of quick turns to me are the only two real parts that I feel like were probably too intense, even if you smooth it out. So that's my thought. But I just love this little area, and you got this. I didn't even notice the carousel in here. Ice cream. Ooh, it's funny how that's like that doesn't look like ice cream. But this is cool. Like you've got this. Oh, you've got even got this like toy factory in here. Oh, that's a cool touch. I mean, a lot of details put into this park, obviously for Christmas time and representing all the joys of Christmas, or kind of all the different maybe traditions and stuff. But this is really cool. Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree. Yeah, I mean that's my only suggestion too. Is kind of just put fencing around anytime that you got elevated pathing and stuff like that. Um, but I like too how everything kind of goes around this mountain, and then you've even kind of got this lake, which people are like, how is she wearing a sleeveless shirt in this weather? I'm just kidding. That would be kind of cool though if they had the guests dressed differently depending on kind of the weather and stuff. Although this, I guess, is the only climate that's technically looks to be colder. So we got the Gingerbread Lane. Okay. Ooh, so we got like a plaza and stuff in here. We got looks like a flat ride there in the middle. Okay, ooh, we got a coaster over there. What kind of coaster is that? I guess we'll see. Oh, here's the coaster. Okay. Oh, it's a bobsled. I've never made one of these in the game. I think I tried to once, and it ended up being awful, and I was like, okay, nope, never again. Oh my gosh. All right, so that was the what was it called again? The cinnamon swirl, and I think it was the tale of two halves. I think the first half, even though it did have a fairly large hill and drop, this turn out of the first hill kind of eased it into, even though it's still pretty fast and intense. I thought the first half was really, really great. I think the second half was probably a little bit more too intense. And now maybe it's just because of the camera angle that I changed. That could have had something to do with it. But if we look at the stats real quick, I mean, G-forces lateral is probably a little bit high, but everything else is good. Max speed 46 miles per hour. I don't know too many about these. I haven't really seen too many of these coasters in real life, other than I think it's La Vibra, I think is what it's called, at Six Flags over Texas. It's probably been like a decade since I've ridden that. Um, but yeah, so and I like this plaza area that's this coaster kind of goes around with all the gingerbread houses. Cool idea. And as always, I mean, you're just constantly getting a look at the coaster on that mountain. Um, really, really cool. So now looks like we got another ride here, Santa's Journey Dark Ride. Another kind of water feature here with presents on top. That's a cool touch. Okay, just trying to get a gauge for. Okay, so all right. So I think this is one of those where this is a big park, but it's also not quite because that mountain in the middle is massive. It's not quite as big as you might think. If that sounds bad what I'm saying, but I'm not trying to make that sound bad. Um, ooh, we got all these little trees. This almost reminds me of like the For anybody saw like the Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, um, having to go through the wardrobe and you feel like when you go through the back, you feel the leaves and everything of the forest. I think it's the White Forest is what it was called. Seeing those trees on the side for some reason just kind of reminded me of that. So Santa's Journey. Well, let me pause this to make sure that we get on the right car. There we are. I don't know why I put in front bumper mode. Let's go seat 2. All right, so there was the dark ride. I think the scenes were really good. Now, the only thing is, I think it kind of flies through this too quick. That's just my opinion. I think it goes through a little bit too fast because it's hard to really see the scenes. But I think what you've done here is really, really cool. So let's kind of go back through this. Um, I've yet to make a dark ride just because, kind of honestly, the amount of time it would take to put into it, and I'm not a very creative person when it comes to rides like this, so I feel like I would struggle to make it, seem adequate. But this is a good job, and I like this part. Just kind of feeling like you're outside again in this neighborhood, and I just think it's a cool, cool job. Really well done. You kind of go through the snow or kind of igloo into this other little town or village that's snowy. So that's kind of a cool touch. But yeah, just look how fast that thing is booking it. Um, yeah, I really like that though. I think it's a good job. I think that's my favorite ride in the park so far. And so you've got I didn't even notice this before, to be honest. You got the reindeer stalls. That's a cool touch. So I believe this is the exit. Yep. Woo. So I'm guessing those trees that are going through the wall was part of one of the scenes. So now where we're heading to next is going to be Santa's Village. Yeah, I like the building style you chose here, like building pieces and stuff. So we got Reynolds, ice skating. Yeah, that's a cool little touch. Putting like an ice skating rink. Looks good. So we got Santa's Adventure. So we got another coaster. Let's see what kind of coaster we got here. It's the Junior Windigo. So let's look at the stats while we're waiting on the coaster to come back. So that's a pretty big drop for a junior coaster. 40 miles per hour, not bad though. What I do really like about these coasters is you can have some kind of crazy, cool looking lift hills, or how it goes up the chain, since you can actually have it move different directions. So that part's really cool. Yeah, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. I think maybe just a little more banking on some of the hills, and I think you probably could have taken this helix and made it a little bit more wide. Um, but yeah, I think this definitely picked up some speed near the end, but overall smooth ride. Enjoyed that coaster, and I especially like the kind of unique kind of lift hill at the beginning. It just kind of gives it a different look and feel to it. I just love how everywhere you look up on the mountain, you see that coaster lit up. Just a really cool touch. So it looks like you got another coaster over here. Yeah, let's see. Hotel and resort. Yeah, and so it's cool too how with every different section you've chosen like a different kind of building style piece. And so it just really kind of makes you feel like you're in, just a different part of the map and stuff, which is cool. So Blue Demon. Now I will say this is one of the coasters that definitely needed some smoothing. That he was planning on definitely smoothing before using the exploit. So kind of keep that in mind, just as we focus on like the layout and stuff here. So this is an invincible coaster. All right, there it is. So, nothing a little bit of smoothing and banking can't fix there. Because I think this will be a cool first drop. Once it's if you get a PS5 and you're able to come back out and smooth it at some point, and just for the sake of kind of showing how cool this could be, because I think the first drop on this ride it could be awesome. And so, one way that I like to go about smoothing is, for an instance like this, you can just kind of take all the entire piece if you need to, but it's almost like a renegade style drop where it banks one way, kind of turns one way, and so what you can almost even do is kind of, since you're having it turn that way, you can have it kind of bank a little bit that way, and then as you get down here, still have it bank, and then let's see. I don't know if this can work out. I'm just trying something here. I don't know if that's gonna work at all, but we'll see. I mean, usually you don't take whole path pieces like this to smooth out that much, but when it's a drop, you can. Um, you see how it kind of moved the lights a little bit. I just wonder now how. Let's see. Oh, we gotta wait for the people to leave. There we go. Oh, perfect timing. Yeah, I mean that's for what you're trying to do. That's not bad. Yeah, like I said, I think it's really cool kind of seeing the different sections laid out because we've seen all the main sections now after this, other than that mountain part, which is going to be awesome. As you see here, we kind of got this coaster, and it's almost like a little townhome like village because these look like townhomes, or I don't know, it's a big building, but that's kind of what I get. Or is it supposed to be? Oh, never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking. That's a hotel. What am I thinking? I like the snow pieces on the roof as well. We had this Santa's village over here. We had this part over here that was really cool. This is probably to me what looks the best. I really like this, the Gingerbread Lane, the look of that bobsled coaster kind of going around it, and then obviously a toy factory, which the idea behind the toy factory is just fantastic right here. Like that is so cool. Just a brilliant idea, and I like how this kind of backs up like everything kind of backs up to the edge, and you kind of created the border of the park, which I think is kind of really cool look. So now the question is, how do we get up on the mountain? What is the best way to get up on the mountain? I guess we gotta go through the chair, go to the chairlift. So if we were to ride the chairlift, here's what we would see. Or we would go right underneath the coaster. All right. Okay, so you've just got a chairlift up here, and it's basically just got the one coaster thing. Oh, I like this station. Oh, it's got that glass like from far away. It really looks majestic. Christmas Mountain. That's awesome. Really, really cool. So this is definitely a very unique wooden coaster. As since it's on a mountain, it's gonna have to have some multiple lift hills. So while we're waiting for the coaster to return to the station, let's look at the results. Biggest drop 81 feet. Max speed 56 miles per hour. So picks up some good speed. G-force is definitely high for laterals. Um, some of that might be able to be alleviated with smoothing and stuff. All right, so that was Mount Expedition. I was thinking Christmas Mountain still. Mount, best name of the park. But yeah, that's just a really cool layout. And having the multiple lift hills. I mean, there are definitely some turns that need more banking to kind of alleviate some of the um, yeah. But one thing you could do here too, just my suggestion is, and I, when you say you're gonna go back and smooth it, I don't know kind of what areas you might adjust. Instead of having this hill so steep, one thing you could do is you could have it, because a lot of the older wooden coasters, right, they don't have really steep drops. They're kind of more gradual. So you could change this to like a 45-degree incline, and it would, um, it'd be something where it probably wouldn't pick up as much speed kind of going into this turn. But it's just such a majestic and beautiful look on, as you enter the park and anywhere you're at in the park, just kind of seeing the view of this coaster. And yeah, so that was Christmas Mountain, and not too many flat rides, more based around coasters and kind of theming around Christmas. And by the way, I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas, wonderful holiday, even though that was over a month ago. Um, I just hope everybody enjoyed their, time off they got from work and spend time with family and friends, and just whatever Christmas or holiday traditions you might celebrate. So Thank you so much as always, and guys, make sure to check out this park and give it a thumbs up on the workshop. And as always, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the content we release. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.